Well, good evening, everyone. We are actually midway through the month of June 2025, and it's a Monday night with the opportunity call with Ricia Adair, formerly from Canada, living the dream in Mexico. And of course, if we could just have everyone mute their lines unless they're going to be speaking tonight so we can have a nice clean recording, because Ricia brings to us not only a wealth of experience in this industry, almost 25 years, or maybe just over 25 years, but also just a really great understanding as a top, not only performer, literally out the gate, the first 8 months being top three in all of the power ranking rewards. And of course, she walked across that stage in Calgary, Alberta, Canada at the official launch with pretty much every single, I guess, category, we'll say, and being able to come home with definitely that privilege of being a top leader and also top trainer. So I'm just going to turn the call right over to Ricia. Welcome, everyone. And we look forward to a great recorded call tonight.
Good evening, everybody, and thank you so much, Carol Roberts. I'm really excited to have you co-host for us tonight. And as I say, we got a gallery full of very beautiful people. If you're beautiful, say aye, both hands up. Okay, we got some action going. Well, I'm coming to you right now from Winnipeg, which is just north of the Dakotas. My family is in Winnipeg. I grew up here and I'm visiting my family since I was in Canada already for the Calgary Connect and Vancouver Island for some events. So I thought, why not go to Winnipeg? And I just came from the Red River X, which is like the big P&E type thing, the big fair, right? And it was so fun. There were some blues bands there, and I thought, this is how I do my business. I go talk to people and dance blues. So let's get started. I'm really excited. Again, Carol, you gave me a beautiful introduction, and I really appreciate that. I'm just going to minimize so I can see my screen and get rocking. We've got some great guests, so I don't want to take up too much time. On October of 2023, Mike and I, my husband, moved into Casa 700 Mangoes. Yes, it's a silly name. If you want to know, you're going to have to come and visit us, stay in one of our villas, and we'll have you up for dinner and explain the story. But we bought our dream home, and here we are in the tropics, thinking that we're going to live the dream. Mike got the keys on his 70th birthday. We're all excited. We have a vacation villa on the lower deck, another one just above, and we live in the upper two units overlooking the ocean. As you can see with the arrow on the right, the view overlooks beautiful Santiago Bay. It's a gorgeous place. We love it. We love it. Except guess what? Operating a home in the tropics is a very, very expensive adventure. We had one hit after another. There were so many things that needed immediate attention to provide for our upcoming season. So the 50,000, which isn't a lot, in our little nest egg disappeared in nanoseconds. It was just one of those things. And then something very stressful happened. Our lawyer happened to steal the $23,000 of closing costs. I ended up overreacting, getting shingles. Then I had a UTI that wouldn't go away, and I got 2 dog bites that got infected. So my first year, I was broken sick. It was a really rough go. And I became a very emotional eater. And because the beautiful ice creams and cakes in Mexico are just so darn delicious, I just started emotionally eating and attracting carbs and sugar. Anybody else? Yeah. So no matter how many times I walk that beautiful beach, climb the stairs, or up and down, swimming in the ocean, I became very uncomfortable with my weight. And as I mentioned, I was quite sick, and I went to see Dr. Tom. Dr. Tom reviewed all the necessary research, and he said, Ricia, you have a serious case of FFB. Not having ever heard of FFB, doctor, how serious could this be? He says, you're fat, frumpy, and broke, girl. And I knew I was. I was crying but praying for a solution. And as Carol mentioned earlier, God answered my prayers on this wonderful day last April that seriously changed my life. That is Chris and Joni Budd, friends of mine that live in Costa Rica. And they too were looking for an answer. They found their answer, Partner Co, in March and got really excited about what was happening in their world. So they gave me a call. Maybe Joni saw my fat pictures on Facebook. And that was the day that changed my life. I didn't have the money, and I just knew that I needed these drops. From what she was explaining to me, I just knew it. So I managed to find enough for 2 boxes of drops, and that's how I started. my own personal use and also my career with this company. Joni said, Ricia, just post on Facebook twice a day. People need this product. People come out of the woodwork asking for this product. And that's exactly what happened. So fast forward, November of that year became my magic month. There was just one promotion after another. I climbed rank 13 times in my first 8 months with this company. And I started to realize some 1 year goals. Now that I had a vehicle, I set some goals aside, but they were realized in 7 months rather than waiting the full year. There's my brand new fridge with lovely Sarah, my maid. Now I'm able to have a maid, a gardener, and a pool boy. No, the pool boy isn't what you're imagining. His name is Lewis, and he comes with a scruffy straw hat, but he's lovely and he knows his business. I brought in the paint crews, and we were just starting to splash some beautiful, colorful paint on white walls. That was another big goal. We had to redo the pergola on the lower level of the pool because it was rotting, falling apart. That was a $5,000 structure. As you can see from what happened, all of these goals being realized, this happened in only 7 months of me starting my first post just a few months prior. Mike got his new motorcycle. An earthquake came along and failed our pool. In fact, 7 earthquakes altogether. And when you have a resort, it's very important that you have a functioning swimming pool. We were able to get the construction crew together who specializes in what we needed to have done. And we celebrated opening our new pool on January 14th. So I'm telling you this nowhere to not to impress you, but to impress upon you. This is our business. This mini resort is our business. And it was kind of like our retirement plan to supplement our little pension. If we hadn't had Partner Co to help us with all the great expenses that happened our way, we would have lost that part. We would have lost the business end of that resort. So I just want to say how grateful I am and how quickly my life changed in just a few short months. In December, I got the news that I qualified for a fabulous trip to Punta Cana. I'm recently back. It was amazing. There was so many great people. Tanya Kelsey was my roommate. The Canadian girls on the bottom right. I ziplined for the first time in my life. I was so scared. There's 178 of us who qualified for the trip, and this company wined and dined us so much. I've never been spoiled as much as in this beautiful diamond resort. They paid for the adventure park for everybody. They had buses shuttle us over. Everyone had the zip lining and swimming behind the waterfalls. It was fabulous. On a health note, let's talk about that. My body had completely transitioned, as you can see in the upper right picture, to the bottom right picture, what happened to my body in just 13 days. Wow, so many inches came off, a few pounds came off, but I was feeling a little tighter again instead of the frumpy. The lady on the left, that picture was taken at my going away party on Vancouver Island before we left Canada. And the gal on the right is after I've been on the drop for 90 days. So this is the transition that can happen for you as well. I want to mention too that I have the energy of a 30-year-old. I feel so amazing. Most people don't think I look my age. I sleep like a baby. I have no pain. Well, actually, that's not true. I have a serious paper cut today. But other than that, I'm on no medications. I feel like I'm aging backwards. As a matter of fact, the people at Punta Cana, all of us look like we were 20, 30 years younger than we actually are. We owe it to these two guys, Darren Zobrist, John Wadsworth. John was a international top money earner with the company Morinda, who specializes in Tahitian noni. He had built a legacy. Darren Zobrist, he was a multi-millionaire, I think close to a billionaire, by working in Goldman Sachs on Wall Street. And the two of them came together and saw that there was a group of 5 companies, including John's company that he had built a legacy in, that were having financial difficulty, purchased by a corporation, making bad decisions. And soon the companies were going down. Throw in COVID, and that just added cruel mix to the recipe. So the two came together and purchased all 5 companies. We are now Partner Co, Simply Better Together, with hundreds of products that have time-tested true experiences in the marketplace. So we have amazing products with doctor-created products backed by science with clean ingredients. Now let's talk about hormones. I had no idea that any of these symptoms that I was experiencing had anything to do with my hormones being out of balance. I want you to have a look. And just mentally tick off in your head. Some people will say 1, 3, 5, 7, mood swings, hot flashes, low libido, headaches, acne, insomnia, night sweats, weight gain, food cravings, sugars and carbs. Some people say actually 5 to 7, and a couple say 10. Well, we have over 100 products that can help you. And the difference between these products and anything else I've ever tested is I feel the difference. And you're going to hear that from our testimonials tonight as we move forward because you actually feel these products. I want to give credit to our amazing science team headed by Dr. Ray Strand, our Chief Medical Officer, and Dr. Joshua Plant, our Chief Science Officer, and Dr. Pina. He's actually from Mexico, one of the leading intestinal doctors in the world. Together, they have overseen over 215 plus published clinical studies, along with Brett West. He's our Senior Director in the Tahitian Noni product. Many of his studies are actually on noniresearch.org. Dr. Crystal Vance is in our Wellness Council President and Kristen White Athletic Councils. We oversee 1,040 annual quality tests with our ingredients providers, with our manufacturers to ensure that you are getting the best product that we promise you'll be getting. I'm excited because I get to do business in 50 plus countries in my little office in Mexico. I can communicate with my friends in Canada, my friends in the US, and of course, my friends in Mexico. And as you too, should you love our system of growth, as we just post on Facebook, sharing testimonials with others, I'll talk to you a little about that. But easily, someone from Italy can see your post and say, hey, can I get that product in Italy? You go to the Italian flag, send them a link, the European office fulfills the order, and by next Friday, you get paid. That's as easy as it is. It's completely transparent. No international tax or business licenses required. Let's share with you some of the products that we have, and we have many, so I'm going to go fast here. In 2005, Skincerity was created by a group of dermatologists. It's the world's only breathable roll-on skin care mask. You need one for your medicine cabinet. You need one for your beauty cabinet. And it looks after so many different things, including age spots, battle wounds, dark circles, insect bites, scars from surgery, even problem skin, including eczema. We don't say that it cures anything, but it certainly helps you manage the problem. I've seen some amazing photographs with this product, and I use it every night. In this example, Marlene rolled her legs for about 3 to 4 weeks and came out with beautiful legs and no longer having the discomfort of the constant itching. One of my favorite products is Noni Collagen. Noni is the most efficacious fruit in the world. We'll talk about that in a moment. And collagen, of course, you need it not only for beautiful, youthful looking skin, but also for your organs. You have to be young from the outside, from the inside out, folks. Let's talk a little about Noni. Again, it's the most efficacious fruit in the world. You have Noni or Noni Max. The Noni Max has extra cherry as well as olive leaf extract. And again, too, I call this my army of soldiers that is looking after my overall health and wellness. Overall, it supports a healthy immune system, boosts your energy and endurance, and certainly helps you with joint health and promote mobility. How many of us have cracking bones when we're getting in and out of the chair, right? Or trying to be mobile up and down the stairs and so on? It supports a healthy cardiovascular system, helps fight harmful free radicals, powerful adaptogen, supports your balanced stress, and supports mood. I highly recommend everyone puts Noni in their shopping cart. It's an amazing product and it's completely natural for you. Our Nutrify line includes this amazing line of minerals and vitamins. The probiotics created by Dr. Pina is one of the best, in my opinion, in the world. It's loaded with probiotic, prebiotic strains. Even the bottle itself is specially manufactured so you can have that product as you travel, and it doesn't need to be refrigerated as many probiotics do because it's protected by the heat. Omega Q for your brain, for your heart, Amplify for your brain and extra energy, the optimal M's and V's for your eyes, for your muscles, for your blood, for your lungs. It's an amazing product and we feel it, you feel healthy when you take our nutritionals. Vinali is our bestseller in France as well as China, and it is originally intended for when we have loose skin after losing weight. But what it also does is it's so high in vitamin C that it helps a lot of people, again, boost their immunity system as well as fight allergies. So we get many, many people that say that they no longer suffer from allergies. MOA is the second product that I was able to purchase after I had my first paycheck. The reason being, I was suffering from serious owies in my fingers and toes and plantar fasciitis in my heels. My friend Reese said, you got to get some MOA. I was on the MOA for 3 weeks and I felt a significant relief in pain. After 6 weeks, it's all gone. I now walk in funky flip-flops. I walk the dog for 2 kilometers and I don't feel any pain come back. It's 36 superfoods, liquid nutrition. It's a drink. I like to keep it cold. And again, with a lot of very rare, tropical, exotic ingredients that come together to manage your pain. This lady had a really bad situation with a surgery that went south. Soon after drinking the MOA, her ankles returned to normal, as well as this gentleman as well. MOA is usually the second most favorite or the third most favorite product after I hear from people with the drops in our product Renew. I just did Sugar Stop today because I knew I was going to the fair and have something a little special. So what it does actually is block some of the sugars from sucralose, table sugar, or carbohydrates, turning into sugar in your bloodstream. It's a powder, you mix it, it's high in fiber content, and you mix it in a drink. It tastes fabulous. A lot of people do it daily as a fiber treatment, and it definitely is great for that odd time that you want to cheat and go off plan. Okay, the advantage. I wish Penny was on the call because I just spoke to her today. It's her birthday, and she said, I've been on it for a week and I feel it already. So the drops, we're going to talk about that in a minute, promote overall weight loss, but advantage accelerates the loss of harmful visceral fat around your waist and hips. And the visceral fat is considered now by the medical community to become killer fat. So what are your advantages? It burns calories by 10 times more, so you get leaner faster. It helps reduce the stubborn visceral fat to slim waist and hips, helps increase metabolism, so you burn more calories, activates the fat burning cells in your brown adipose tissue, and it's just overall an amazing product. So along with the Sugar Stop and the drops, it's just your perfect formula for weight loss. But I'm going to suggest this one more thing. Pure Nourish is an amazing breakfast. It's an amazing meal replacement, period. It has 18 grams of vegetable protein. It's not whey, it's not soy, it's vegetable protein. It's loaded with minerals and vitamins, probiotics, prebiotics. And when you take that, you can put your cocoa power boost to give it the chocolate flavor. Add a little bit of fruit. Maybe you'd like to give it some giving greens to have your greens in there as well. There's so much nutrition in our Pure Nourish. If all the food disappeared tomorrow, you would be well fed and not go hungry. Renew is one of my favorites. It's Fountain of Youth in a box. I love my Renew. Renew is the only product of its kind in the world. We actually have 2 international patents protecting this product, and it helps combat the natural aging process. So what it does is it triggers human growth hormone production inside your body. It doesn't have it. It teaches your body to produce it, because as we climb to the age of 30, we create a lot of HGH because we're going into family bearing years, and then we start on the decline. So normally someone my age would not be producing very much HGH at all. HGH is what gives you that deeper, more restorative sleep. It gives you youthful looking skin and hair. It improves your mood and energy. It regenerates your cell at the cellular level, and it reduces body fat and increases lean muscle. So because you're sleeping so well, it also reduces the cortisol production. So with the drops, it's a great product. You put it in a sachet. Most of us will take it just before bed, half an hour before bed, and you have the deepest sleep. So the deepest sleep tonight means a far better decision tomorrow. Let's talk about the drops. This is our flagship product. I love my drops. They are homeopathic. They are completely natural, safe, and effective, stimulant and hormone-free, created by doctors. Several years ago, well over 16 years ago, we've sold over 1 million bottles. They're backed by science, clinically proven. We have thousands and thousands of testimonials. What will the drops do for you? First of all, these drops were created to balance your hormones. A side effect is healthy weight loss. That's really important to know. We're all out of whack. If you're over the age of 25, your hormones are out of whack. Things are just happening to us with the food we eat, the toxins, the fatigue, the stress, all of the above gives us hormonal imbalance. We talked about that in the beginning with all the symptoms we experience. So this homeopathic formula is going to help curb hunger and control appetite. And it also eliminates sugar cravings. I celebrate because on day 2, I had no sugar cravings. On day 10, I had no sugar cravings. And now on day 417, I still have no sugar cravings. I'm so excited about that. And I know now the toxins of sugar, so I won't even come close to it. It also helps balance your hormones, including the insulin, ghrelin, leptin, and cortisol. Very, very important. Increases energy, so it's going to stimulate your metabolism, so you're going to feel younger and helps you stay motivated. And also helps with stress and stabilizing your mood so you don't overeat. Clinically proven to support your thyroid, maintain healthy blood sugar levels. So a lot of people have had great success who are in the diabetes category. Helps with brain clarity, brain fog, lifts, memory improvements, and basically you're losing weight in your entire body. Again, it's a product designed to balance your hormones, and weight loss, healthy weight loss, is a side effect. There are no contraindications whatsoever. You can take this along with your medication. You can take it along with good, clean eating. I'm going to talk about that in a minute. The only two people that can't take the drops are pregnant women and lactating women because the baby needs cortisol for baby development. So we offer you an amazing approved food list. It's loaded with great things to eat. You will not go hungry. We recently had a big event in Parksville, Vancouver Island, and the team did this fabulous potluck. Every single item on this table was appropriate in our food plan. So we don't go hungry, folks. There's a lot of great food that we can eat. It's a lifestyle, not a fad or a diet. It's choosing clean eating, getting away from packaged processed foods, getting away from soft drinks or artificial sugars. Exercise 15 to 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week. Drink your water, and voila, the results start to happen. Let's look at Jane from Victoria, a good friend of mine. She's now down 54 pounds. James Leponsi. Yes, guys, you have hormones too. 47 pounds in 4 months. Dr. Crystal lost a whole person, 162 pounds, and that was about 7 years ago. The beautiful lady on the right still looks like that today. Robin are athletes who, especially who perform. They love our products as well. Katie in a 30-day transition. There's one result after another. Julie Park was very, very sick when she started the drops. In fact, she was wearing a heart monitor, mother of 5, very sick. And now she's a sassy, sexy young lady with her mojo back. April looks like a completely different person. Her entire physiology has changed. The Hublers have a physiotherapy clinic, and they've, Josh especially, being the scientist, carefully surveyed all the science information before he would allow it in his clinic. They have 5 children, and you can see from their facial difference just how successful they've been, and they climbed to senior officer very quickly. Sheila, oh my goodness, there wasn't a dry eye in the house when she was on my call. She had cancer. She was recovering from chemo and radiation. She was very, very sick. She said goodbye to 25 pounds and got herself healthy again. Chris Beatty had Lyme disease and couldn't find any help from the doctors in Nashville. He found the drops, and it helped him tremendously get well and lose weight. Selena Kirby not only looks 30 years younger, but she's also lost a whole bunch of weight. Her BP numbers are balanced out, as well as her A1C numbers. So many of these people are no longer on the medicines as under their doctor direction. And again, we don't say that we cure or heal anything. It just seems to be a side effect that when your body gets well, it goes into a state of self-repair. Ashley Antley, lovely, lovely lady, dear friends of ours. She went for the drops because of the 15 extra pounds she was carrying, and also wanted to eliminate the night sweats. The night sweats, the hot flashes, those anxious moments where you want to hurt your husband. She's passed it all with the drop. She's so excited about that. And I want to remind our audience tonight there's 1 billion women in menopause this year. We need to reach out to help them. To save the men of the world, we got to help the women. Reese, he went and lost 65 pounds, got rid of his Dr. Pepper addiction. My dear friend Penny was very, very sick. It's her birthday. Happy birthday, Penny. The lady on the left was last July, and she was very sick. She had little reason to get out of bed in the morning, 16 hours in her bed. And 2 months later, in the 60-day transition, you could see her picture on the right, how different she is. Ann and Chad, two of my friends from Nebraska. Chad was on 12 meds. Now he's down to 2. They celebrate again being very successful in the company as vice presidents, but you can see from the picture how much they both lost. Jerry Wyndham not only lost 12 pounds, but he also lost the shakes. He no longer has to hold his hand when he brings the soup spoon up to his mouth. And my dear friend Colleen, look at this transition happened in well less than a year. Amazing. Cheryl Cook from our team in Parksville, she called me on December 24th. She was probably wearing that black sweater when she made the phone call. And look at the beautiful Cheryl Cook in April 2025, the transition that happened with her. So proud of you, Cheryl. James Scott, wow, now he's down 55 pounds. On his testimonial recently, which was not a dry eye in the house on that one either. He was very depressed. He was very angry. He mistreated people. He just wasn't a happy guy. Now, since he's lost the weight and the drops have helped balance him out, he's feeling so much better. He also doesn't shake anymore from his rare form of Parkinson's. So James is a very happy customer. Kelly Rosier from Qualicum. Lori LaRock, also on our team. She went from size 14 down to a size 8. Sherry Brookbank out of Nanaimo, down 40 pounds. Layla, she's now in Italy. She had a before and after, and she's looking amazing as well. Sharon Smith out of Port Alberni. Tammy, even when Tammy thought she didn't need to lose weight, look at how ripped she is now. And this gal is over 50. She looks amazing. Nancy from Parksville, looking great as well. And Nancy was very sick. The drops have helped her get well. Wayne Hupelo, her husband, also experiencing a new guy. Charlene, oh my goodness, Charlene's story as well. She had a bad fall, and her son wanted to take her away from her lakefront home and put her in the city. And she said, no, let me use my drops and see what happens. In 2 weeks, she was back walking with the cane, maintaining well for herself, and she's still in her beautiful lakeside home. Valerie St. Jack out of Victoria, another great story. So it's not always about weight loss. When you get your body back into balance, we have here some ugly toes on the left, going to some prettier toes on the right. And that is March 24th, May 6th getting better, and the recent one was June 13th. So again, when you get your body in balance, it goes into a state of self-correct. Rachel out of Virginia Beach, Dawn Harrison, so many people. Barbara McCubbin. Now, this beautiful lady in her sporty size 7 skinny pants is just about 70 years old, and look at how young she looks. I'm telling you, we have the best products. And now we are going to bring on board our beautiful bikini queen. I told her today that that's what I regularly call her when I do my calls on Monday and Thursday night. And she's from heaven, from West Virginia. Let's give it up for Tracie Morelli. Hi, Tracie.
Hello there. Thank you for having me. I did
Well,
not know I was a bikini queen till today.
yeah, there you go. If your husband asks you to do the dishes, you say, no, I'm the bikini queen. You do the
Can't do
dishes.
them.
You look fabulous. What a transition. So tell me your story from the beginning. How did you get on the drops?
Um, Josh and Ashley Hubler, who you saw the picture of the couple,
Yeah. Mhm.
she was posting and very credible. And I knew Josh, well, I knew his mom before he was born. And so they were credible. So I kind of watched the post for a short time. Then it was probably I watched for about a week, not very long because I was pretty impressed and just the credibility, from somebody posting. And then I started the drops. I met them. We laughed because Josh always talks about having a busted can of biscuits. And so we met at Texas Roadhouse and joked about that. And I said, I'm not going to do this business or anything. And they're shaking their heads like, yeah, okay. So about a week and a half in, I didn't lose any weight because I was still kind of eating a little not so good with my grandkids and that. But I lost about 4 inches, but I started getting a lot of energy. And then probably about 3 weeks in, I decided to let go of cheese and some other stuff. And then I really started to lose weight. So I lost, well, actually lost a couple more pounds, but I've kept it off. It was in April of last year, but I was down 27 pounds and 26 inches, now probably about 29 pounds or something. But I was telling Ricia today because she was talking about being the bikini queen, and there's a little story behind it. Do you want me to go ahead and share that?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay. So it was a couple months after I'd lost the weight, kept it off, and my husband and I went into this boutique. It was brand new, and we wanted to go support local. And so we went in. There was a bunch of people in there, and this cute little bikini, the pink one that you saw, was hanging there, and we were like, oh, okay, go try it on. I'm like, no, I don't think so, because it's not like my thing to wear a bikini. And so let me just reverse back to earlier in our marriage. I gained all this weight, and I bought this bikini, and I put this bikini in my bedroom, and I hung it on the door and said, someday I'm going to wear this. Well, someday never happened. It was hanging there for 10 years. So I decided to take it to a thrift store. So let's go forward to the couple months after I'd lost the weight, and we're in that little boutique. And so my husband said, try it on. And I said, oh, okay, I will. But so I go in, I try it on, I look in the mirror, and I'm like, this doesn't look too bad, I guess. So here's this crowd in this little boutique standing outside. I walk out the door, and my husband goes, ooh la la. And I was like, okay, it's mine. So I never intended to wear a bikini. That was really not, on my radar. Neither was this business. But the business has been such a blessing to us. My husband and I do ministry. And so a lot of times with ministry does not come a big income. So we do have another business of Airbnbs, but we needed something more. So when I prayed for creative ideas on witty inventions, I'm helping people with their health now. So who would have thought? Because that was definitely not on my radar, because health was the last thing on my radar. So the drops have helped me, and I use a lot of other products too.
I totally agree. I mean, every time we share, we're reaching out to help someone get healthy, right?
Yes.
And I
Yes.
say this as well. It's not only about you, it's about your grandchildren who love you, your daughters,
Yes.
your sons, your brothers, your sisters, your husband. Some of you still have parents. It's about that whole circle of people around you. So if you don't do it for yourself, do it for them,
Mhm.
right? Because they love you and they want to spend more
Yes.
time with you. What is your second favorite product, Tracie?
Oh my goodness, you told me that, and I'm like, okay, eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Like I use so many of them. So when I said eeny, meeny, miny, moa, I would say probably moa. Um, just the inflammation. I think that, like I probably was diagnosed with fibromyalgia or something like that, some arthritis, and it just seems like it just calmed it down tremendously. I could go on so many of the products though, but MOA probably I did not like the taste. I would not take it, but when I kept hearing the results, I said, okay, I can take it. So
Yeah. And
now
I love the
I'm a
taste. It's a
spicy
bit of
girl.
spicy. Yeah, I love it. Tracie, thank you so much for being on our call tonight. I really appreciate it. I
Absolutely.
know it's
Thank
late
you.
for you. And one of these days, we're going to have to get to West Virginia and visit you.
Yes, definitely. And thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Tracie.
God bless you.
God bless you as well. Our bikini queen, what a great testimonial. So now you're wondering can you get the drops? Well, in Canada, it's 232.50. In the United States, it's 176 suggested retail. But in all honesty, just like Tracie, she wasn't going to do the business, but why not at least get your membership so you can get it wholesale? And what's going to happen? People are going to say, Tracie, you're looking good. What are you doing, girl? What are you doing? You look good. And well, at that point, we open our mouth and start telling people about the drops. Why not, right? So should you decide to either be a brand partner or a wholesale customer, it's still the same membership, $29.95, and that's going to give you a significant discount off retail. You also, if you choose to be a builder, like Tracie turned into being, she's got all the tools that she needs to go forward, including a back office. It's going to count all the money that she's made. We do get paid every Friday, so it's nice to look up your commission check and be able to see what form that check for you. In Canada, we like to pay a little bit more, so we pay $37.95 up here. And with that, you're able to, again, either be a preferred wholesale customer or a brand partner. I do want to say the disclaimer, everything depends on your passion, your desire, your willingness to learn, your willingness to do, and any existing skills that you had or any skills that you wish to develop that will determine that individual paycheck. Let's talk about turning your drops into profits. First of all, you will receive a 30% discount from the suggested retail, which is great because as a retailer in my other life, it's an instant 30 points. So in the United States, let's talk about some options. We have a 4-pack for $371, which basically, if you offer the others to others in a simple system of growth or even word of mouth, you would experience approximately 222 up to about 250, depending on what your price point was. Some people choose the magic number 167, and some people keep it at 176. But you get your product for free once you realize the profits by sharing with people with the other 3 boxes. The 10-pack in the United States lowers your individual unit cost down to 88, so your profits can be close to $800 on a 10-pack of drops. Canada will be getting our own 10-packs coming very, very soon. But right now we offer you a 4-pack at $465. And everything that you purchase from a product company is going to have a point value. This particular package here in the United States and Canada has a 200 points. You're going to be able to share 3 with others, enjoy a profit of about $240, keep your box for free. So who likes free? Say I. Put 1 in the chat if you love free. Now, I mentioned earlier about Joni teaching me about the system of growth, and that's just a simple system that has enabled thousands and thousands and thousands of us to be able to trigger a weekly Friday paycheck. If you have received a paycheck from this company, will you please put a 10 in the chat? So now you're posting. It's very simple. We teach you our system. We have an international market waiting for you. My business has expanded all over the world. Today, I was on a call with one of my leaders, Carol Roberts, as a matter of fact, and her team in Nigeria. So people expand very quickly. And again, it's all from that social media. This is a snapshot of what the Boards app would look like. And Boards is just basically Google storage, so to speak, cloud storage in the cloud. And in social media week 1, our leaders have loaded it with the 14 testimonial pictures. So you pick day 1 in the morning, day 1 in the afternoon, copy and paste, copy and paste. And then when people ask questions, you click on the little button that says text script for drops and all your answers are there. So it's a copy and paste system, a plug and play. It's so simple. And we have people, Charlene's on the line with us. She's in her high 70s. Cheryl's on the line with us in her high 70s. And these people are doing excellent. I bet you they put the 10 in the chat more than once from getting many, many paychecks from our company. This is an example of a posting that I did with Rick and Crystal, who together have lost 210 pounds. And posting publications like this get results. People reach out and say, how do I get those drops? We'd like to help you achieve the rank of ultimate as quickly as possible. And we say, let's get it done in 30 days so you can achieve profits from $2,500 to $2,700 just by sharing the drops with others. And the best way is to put it on your social media. So first thing, what we want to do is activate your position with 200 points so you're eligible to receive commissions, because people will reach out and ask you how they can get those drops. Again, the 4-pack in Canada is 200 points and the 4-pack in the US is 200. Sweeten it up and get yourself a box of Renew. It works so well with the drops. And you're going to love, love, love Renew. For every drink you take of Renew, you're going to be telling a customer that they need to have the Renew as well. So I recommend getting a 4-pack plus Renew. That's 629 Canadian or 270 points. In the US, it's a little bit less, 476. And now in Canada, we have member packs. I'm going to share with you in a moment for American cousins some of the 10, 20, and 30 packs. But this member pack gives a great sampling on several of our different products, the greens, the Renew I just spoke about, the drops, the Noni Collagen, the Sugar Stop, and the Advantage, all the products I spoke to you about tonight. It's 515 Canadian, 200 points. And the business pack, as you get more points, you're going to get paid more in the compensation plan, and I'll explain that to you. In this one, it now includes the Noni as well as double up on many of the products. It's 13.50. The Elite package now triples many of the products, but now we have Elite, which is a great product. It's a sachet you put in your water bottle. I'm drinking it right now. It's awesome for your body, your brain, and your beauty. The other products, including the Vinali and the Rejuvenix, which is great for energy as well. That is 25.25, 1,000 points. And the top pay choice is the Ultimate Pack. It has 3 of the Elite, 3 Giving Greens, 3 Renew, and you can see the rest. It's really well stocked. So not only do you have a good supply for you and your husband or just for you, you also have some inventory that you can share with others. And that gets you to Ultimate right out of the gate. If you're an Ultimate, please put 1-5 in the chat. We celebrate many Ultimates here. And again, right now in the United States, you're able to buy larger packs. Soon that will come for us in Canada. A 10-pack, the more you buy, the lower the unit cost, the higher the profits. It's that simple. So again, your 10-pack is $8.79. A 20-pack is $17.60, realizing a profit of about $1,600. But the Ultimate Pack, again, your unit cost comes substantially down to $77. So you can actually enjoy on a 30-pack profits of $2,700 on a $2,300 investment. Where can you do that in brick and mortar? You couldn't. You couldn't even get a website for $2,300. So this is an amazing opportunity for you to be able to share boxes. On our morning training calls, I hear of people that go through 30 boxes in 2 weeks. Again, Canada and the United States, we are 2 of the most obese countries in the world, and we need these products. We need to get healthy again. Our company was voted with the best compensation plan in the industry by Business for Home magazine. We are paid in several different ways. I'm going to touch on it just a little bit because I don't want to confuse you too much. But in order to ensure that you get that weekly or that weekly paycheck, you're going to want to maintain 100 points of monthly subscription every month. We have so many great products. Tracie mentioned it already. You know, which product to pick as your favorite. There's so many. We love them all. We have all our favorites. I use about 14 of the different products. I love them all. So it's not hard for me to make my monthly subscription choice. Again, you're going to get 30% off from retail. When you have that 100 points, you maintain that 30% discount as long as you maintain the 100 points. Let's talk about why Ultimate is so important. There's going to be people that come along and say, I don't want to buy retail. I want to be a brand partner. I want to get it wholesale. And I know some people I want to reach out and help, like Mary. Mary purchases 1,000 points of product. If you're activated with a 4-pack, you would make 15% new volume bonus commission, which is $150. If you're at the business level, perhaps you purchase a business pack, you would make $200. If you purchase the Elite pack, you would make $250. But if you purchase the Ultimate pack, you would make $300. One wise mentor said to me, never, ever, ever leave money on the table. If the company wants to pay you more, make sure that you get that everything that's on the table. Once you achieve Ultimate, and you will keep your top pay status for a lifetime, and you'll earn top pay forever. You will also get the matching bonus by achieving the gold status as well. I'll talk to you about that in a minute. Again, this is the Ultimate pack in Canada, or in the United States, your Ultimate pack could be 30 boxes of drops. We are paid another way, base commissions. So Mary goes out and talks to Henry. Henry talks to Lori. Lori talks to Jamie, and Jamie talks to Jessica. All of those people are going to be purchasing their initial purchase plus likely continued purchase of various products and experimenting and getting to love all of our different products. On base pay, you're going to earn through a specific formula 15% of the activity that happens in your business. When in any given week that 15% adds over $250, the company will reward you with an extra 15%. That goes into your savings bonus. When it climbs up to $10,000, you're going to get that special call from the company. And the following Friday, you will be deposited 10,000 US dollars into your bank account. So for a Canadian, that means like a gazillion, right? There's so many people that have achieved their $10,000 bonus. Chris and Joni in 8 months, and the Allison and Jerry just triggered theirs. The Antleys just triggered theirs. Kim and Eric Gray. So many people. The matching bonus is when you personally sponsor Mary, you will receive a 15% matching bonus of whatever she made in base commissions. So she made $1,000 in base commissions, you'll receive $150. And she sponsored Henry. Henry made $1,000, you will make 10%, which is $100. Henry sponsored Lori, you will make 5%. So you will make $50. And these matching commissions add up significantly. I'm at the position right now, after only 14 months, that my matching bonuses equate to many people's mortgages. Now, again, I'm not saying that will happen for everybody. Many people surpass me, but it's a significant part of our pay plan that I want to encourage everybody to achieve gold when they get to ultimate in the first 4 Fridays. Lifestyle credits is another thing we get paid for, and we get to cash these beautiful credits in on trips. This group went to Tahiti last April. Another group went to the Bahamas, and we're talking about beautiful fine dining, beautiful, gorgeous resorts. That was in the Bahamas. And then we have, as you know, a whole bunch of us went to Punta Cana. And right now, as we speak, they're all on the jets right now going to Bali. And many of them who I was with in Punta Cana are turning around and going to Bali for yet another Diamond Star vacation. So where can you get such a fabulous vacation from a company that you've been with in a short period of time, earn a $10,000 bonus, a significant income, and have 2 more trips waiting for you to go on next time? This is Partner Co, people. That's why us distributors, our brand partners, are just so darn excited to be here. At the convention last year in Orlando, there was 2,100 people, and 800 of them were doing the dance on the stage, celebrating their success. And now I want to bring to you a successful person. I'm so excited to be able to interview Karyn Robinson. She's from North Carolina. I want you to have a look at her face for a moment, the huge transition that happened for her. And you can see in her body what's happened. Let's go right to the interview. And Karyn Robinson, thank you so much for coming on board.
Oh, well, thank you for asking me. I appreciate
Look at
it.
how skinny you are. You're just so skinny. My goodness, girl. Are you loving it, the new you, or what?
Oh, yes, absolutely. Yes, it's fabulous.
Isn't it wonderful? Did you keep all those fat clothes?
No,
Why would you? Right? Why would
no,
you?
never going back, never.
Awesome. Awesome. So let us hear your story. How did you hear about the drops?
So I saw a post on Facebook
Okay.
that just said I've lost 3 pounds in 4 days. And so I got connected with the person I'm with, Sherry Key. And I
Great.
really bought them.
Story.
I really bought them to accelerate my weight loss. I had been in a big health crisis. And in January of that year, I had actually changed my foods to whole foods. But key point here, I was still addicted to sugar, sweet stuff. So I was making lots of healthy sweet treats, and that was the bulk of my nutrition, right? So I found myself severely depressed and very anxious, even worse than I was before I switched to whole foods. And that's why. And so that was in January. I found it in May. I started the drops in May. And before I started the drops, I was not in a good place. I had mast cell, adrenal exhaustion. I was stuck in fight or flight mode, and my adrenal exhaustion was medically diagnosed, by the way. I know a lot of doctors won't diagnose that, but my holistic provider did. And sluggish thyroid, chronic daily anxiety, chronic daily joint pain. My depression was so bad that I was in a really dark spot. I was suicidal. Thoughts were coming to my mind. And I finally went to my husband and I just said, like, my hope is in Jesus, but these thoughts really scare me. And I found the drops right after I talked to him, like within a couple weeks of talking to him. It was truly an an answered prayer that I don't even remember praying about. I was in such a bad place. Um, and within a week, like they noticed a difference in my moods. Within a few days, like 5 days, I think it was, a friend reached out to me and she goes, Karyn, that video you did about starting your new journey, go back and look at it. I think your face is already slimmer. Sure enough, it was already, the inflammation was less. And I was one of those people with chronic joint pain that when I got out of bed in the morning, I literally held onto the bed like I was an old lady and had to get my balance because my feet and my legs hurt so bad when I would get up in the morning. Um, and not only that, let me mention, we were on our third mattress since we had moved into this house in 2017. That was in 2023. And it was because I constantly complained of pain and I thought it was the mattress. 2 months into using the drops, I said, I don't think we need a new mattress. And my husband was like, no, I think that was you. And thank God, one was older. We needed it anyway, a new one. And then one had a money back guarantee, right? So it was all good. But I was also a binge eater. So I was a closet eater before. I dealt with the constant food noise in my head. And so I couldn't buy like the Little Debbie snack cakes for my girls because I would send them to school with them and then I would eat the rest of the box. They would see me eat one, but then I would hide the wrappers and eat the other ones. Like I was a serious binge eater. Sugar addict times 1,000. Like I used to eat sugar straight out of the bowl when I was a kid and growing up when there was, at our house, you had to ask for snacks. We grew up really poor. So you didn't, and I would literally go open the little sugar container and drop it on my tongue because I was fiending for sugar. And my mom said I struggled with sugar my whole life. Like I always wanted sugar. But for me, like my life has completely transformed. I went from being, um, I hated being a mother. It wasn't that I hated being a mother. I was in such a dark, depressed spot that I snapped every little bit at my kids. Like everything sent me over the edge. And my husband has so many text messages between us where I was like, why am I even in, y'all would be better off without me. Like, I don't want to be a mom anymore. I'm done. And now I love it, so I feel bad that I even felt that way. I remember laying in bed and I would cry at night and go, will my girls grow up and think that I hated them? Because I would lose it so bad on a daily, like seriously a daily. And now life is so different. Like my girls have never known me like I am now. My husband, we've been married over 25 years and he is so happy to have his wife back. He's happy with the better moods with, like I don't sleep all the time. I'm not depressed. Like it's just life is great. Like I know what it feels like to feel good and I don't ever want to go back ever.
Wow. And the crazy thing about your story is we accept that as normal,
Yes.
how you were, right?
Right. We suffer in silence. It's normal.
Exactly, that's it. Wow, what an amazing story. When I invited you on my call, I saw your transition. I think you're in week 3 or something of regular postings, right? You and Bradley. So I had no idea how you were hurting in your other life. And I'm just so, so grateful and so excited that the drops have found you.
Yeah. I tell
It's
people when you
divine
give your,
intervention, right?
yes, divine intervention. I say I bought them for weight loss and it was the best ambush ever because when you give your body what it needs, it starts repairing itself from the inside out. So it was the best ambush I could have ever asked for.
Wow, what an amazing story. So again, I got to repeat, this isn't only about you. It's about
Mhm.
your children. It's about your husband. It's about that whole circle of people that love you, right?
Absolutely.
Wow. So you've had so many different situations and now you're well. And I see that you're an officer with our company. Let's talk about the business end of things, okay? So
Okay.
you started from post or you saw Sherry's post. At what point did you decide that you're going to do something and start posting yourself?
Well, I'm probably one of those that's a little different. So I reached out to her. Like I found her actually through the post that was made. I found her. Like I did some research.
Okay.
Because anyway, it's a story. But I reached out to her and I said, hey, so I went on your website and ordered the drops because she had her store at that time. So I found her store website. And she came back and she gave me some information and she goes, would you be interested in learning how you could possibly get the drops for free? Because keep in mind, this was before the system of growth. And I
Right.
said, well, I'd actually be interested in some business information. And
Okay.
so she sent me information. It just went from there.
Uh-huh.
Like I was a little bit of a different, yeah, bird for that.
Fantastic. And now you're officer. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I'm so excited for your success. Karyn, thank you so much. And you let that Mr. Bradley know that we're going to want to have him on our call sometime.
Oh, okay. Good luck with that. He's shy. He's
So,
camera
what's
shy.
his quick story with the drops? Because he's also lost some weight.
Yeah, so his quick story is he was struggling with weight loss. He had tried all his normal things, keto, intermittent fasting. He literally looked at me one day and he said, how about we just be fat and happy? Because nothing was working. He couldn't cut his sodas, his breads, nothing was working. So when I found the drops, showed them to him, he knew I was already on the Whole Foods journey. He goes, well, I'll try the drops. And I said, no, we're going to split them. And so anyway, he's down over 35 pounds. This he just recently in this last body balancing challenge, he recommitted to take his results even further. And he saw a number he hasn't seen at least since our daughter was born. So 17 years. So
Fantastic.
he feels incredible. Me and the girls are happy that dad's not grumpy and he's happy all the time.
What
So
a great transition for the whole family. Karyn, thank you so very much for staying up past your bedtime to share your story with us. I super appreciate it.
thank you.
Wow, another great story. I just love these stories. Amazing, folks. So we've heard it from Karyn, we've heard it from Tracie, you've heard it from your speaker here. How will you know what balance looks and feels like for you? Because honestly, if we were in balance, it was way back when you were 10. And now think about this. Most of us on this call are over 40. Imagine having more energy. Some of you have grandchildren that you can get up and down and easy play and hide go seek and all those things and sleep better, sleep through the night, wake up feeling rested, have that improved mood without being touchy and crabby and all that, increase in libido, reduction in inflammation, and reduce your weight and inches lost, better elimination, digestion, less brain fog. It all comes with this product because you're getting your body back in check, boosting your immunity and overall sense of well-being. And now, as we go out tomorrow to work or to the party, the barbecue on Saturday, the wedding on Sunday, you're going to be looking at everybody at that event, at your work, at your school, and saying, all of these people are in the same boat as me. And we owe it to ourselves to reach out. If Sherry hadn't posted about the drops, God knows where Karyn would be today, right? So there was a message that reached out, and Karyn was able to receive the message, and we just need to help others. And the easiest way is our system of growth. It couldn't get any harder than that. So, in summary, are you a 1, a 2, a 3, or perhaps a 4? The 1 is the person that wants to buy retail. Well, Karyn was one of those in the beginning, but you know what? Most people would rather become a brand partner or a wholesale customer so you can save money. Again, the investment is $29.95 US or $37.95 Canadian. So put in the chat if you're a 3 that you want to get on this health and wealth train and ride. Let us know that so we can work with you. We can teach you the system of growth and we can help you see those weekly paychecks. Or wait, there's more. Who wants to be a 4? Get on this health and wealth train and ride big all the way to the top. I want to see a whole bunch of 4s in the chat. Well, I never knew all those months ago when I shared with you all the developments that had happened in my world. There's so many pictures that I left out, but I just wanted to make it quick and short and sweet to let you know in 1 year, your life can change. On a health level, look at what happened with Cheryl Cook in just 4 months. Dynamic, dramatic changes, right? It happens with us with this product. Where will you be 1 year from now? What will your story be? Your 1 year anniversary when I interview you, what will that story look like? Live the dream with us, time freedom, a body you love, get that pink bikini, financial stability, and this great community of friends and luxury experiences. And who knows, you might be on that next diamond vacation like the group going to Bali right now. Enrolling is easy. We can just help you choose a plan. It's that simple. Our next call is June 19th. I want to wrap this up and say thank you so very much to our special guest, Karyn Robinson. Thank you so very much. And Tracie Morelli, thank you so much. And thank you to all of the brand partners that have supported the call tonight. And thank you to the guests, because this call is all about you. And this is what we're doing to share this information with you. Carol Roberts, the co-host with the most, thank you so much for sharing this call with us tonight and managing this crazy crowd. And we're going to stop the recording. If anyone has any questions, if Karyn or Tracie want to hang around, they're both officers. We can have them help us out. Carol is an officer as well. We've got a lot of qualified people that can help answer your questions. Thank you again. I'm going to stop the recording.